It's a slim majority, and now Ken Buck, well, he's made it official. Look at the headlines. Colorado Republican Representative Ken Buck says he'll resign next week. Of course, he made a name for himself in Washington, breaking with his own party on major issues. Buck saying whoever fills that seat, both for the next Congress as well as the remainder of this Congress, will do a great job. Also stating that he will shift his attention to the 2024 presidential election, becoming a rematch now between, of course, President Biden and former President Donald Trump, who both officially got the nomination last night in the mini Tuesday primaries. Let's bring in now the founder and chairman of the American Cornerstone Institute, Dr. Ben Carson, also a Trump administration official. Dr. Carson, wonderful to see you. It's been a moment.
Always good to be with you, Bianca. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. A lot of people are somewhat startled, not that Buck is leaving, but the timing and the departure may be taking Speaker Johnson a little off guard. What's your reaction to this?
Well, it's getting more and more difficult because the margin is getting slimmer and slimmer to get anything done. But, you know, there's a silver lining to everything. It makes the Republicans learn that they need to put their differences aside and work together as a unit in order to get things done. So if they can learn that lesson, that will be something good in it. And the other thing that we need to be talking about is term limits. And you're probably not going to get Congress to ever vote on that because they don't want to vote on themselves being out of office. But, you know, if you considered a longer term instead of just like 2 years, because they're running half the time for re-election, make it a much longer term, they could be recalled every 2 years if they were doing a horrible job. I think people might actually go for that.
They might. I mean, it's funny. We always hear about term limits and then people are elected and then it just doesn't happen. As an acclaimed neurosurgeon, I want to get your take on what we heard from her yesterday and walk us through some of the things that stood out to you from the transcript, which was dropped right before the hearing yesterday, Doctor.
Well, you know, this is kind of a ridiculous situation where you say, we're not going to really prosecute this man because of his mental status. Yet, he can run the country. He can basically be the leader of the free world. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And if you look at the clips of Biden over the years, it's very clear that he's deteriorating very significantly. And that's putting our country at great risk. The fact that his party doesn't seem to be willing to take that into consideration and are willing to risk the entire country and, in fact, the entire world in order to retain power is rather disturbing. Somehow we've got to get through all of this and get back to a place where we use logic and common sense. You know, going back to the congressional thing for just one moment, you know, Congress, according to the Constitution, has jurisdiction over the court system, all except the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. When's the last time you saw them do anything about a rogue judge? It's been a very long time, if ever. And that's creating a problem for us, too. So they need to do their job. They need to focus on their job and do it for the people and legislate, rather than having executive orders coming from the executive branch of government.